Getting eye rolls, attitude, or the cold shoulder from your teen, you are not alone. The teenage years are full of big feelings, changing priorities, and growing independence, and that can make parenting feel like a minefield. You may even feel like you're losing your teen right now to some invisible force. What happened to that adorable young boy who asked if he could marry you, or that cute little girl who wanted to be just like you when she grew up? I'm Marisa from Call to Mothering, and I encourage and equip moms who are raising toddlers to teens. In today's video, I'm sharing 5 of the most common parenting mistakes that may be pushing away your teenager and what to do instead in order to get that connection back during these turbulent but transformative years. Number 1, trying to control too much. Kids in the teen years are ready for increasing amounts of responsibility and privilege. Understandably, though, parents can be terrified of letting go. As a result, we tend to clamp down and exert more control over our kids. And this is where a lot of heated power struggles arise. Instead of tightening your grip, respect your child's needs for autonomy and let go more and more as he grows older. Look for opportunities to give him more responsibility and let him practice his decision-making skills. You can encourage your child to decide any of the following: after-school activities he'd like to participate in, which dinner he'd like to help cook each week, or even when and how he'd like to complete his homework each evening. When we empower our kids with age-appropriate choices, we give them a strong sense of confidence. Make sure he knows the kind of behavior you expect from him, as well as what will happen if he decides to test your limits. The more he succeeds, however, the more leeway you can offer. With a little more control over his life, your teen will thrive, and you will love seeing his confidence and independence grow. Number 2, nagging instead of empowering. Why do even the most well-intentioned parents feel required to nag, direct, and get bossy with their kids? I think it's because we feel like if we don't, then nothing gets done. Unfortunately, all of our well-intended reminding and directing usually results in those eye rolls, exasperated huffs, and even slammed doors. That's because we fail to understand a fundamental truth bomb of parenting. Parent priorities are not the same as teen priorities. This seems completely obvious, but it's at the core of the most power struggles with your kiddos. Think about it. They aren't concerned about messy rooms, unloaded dishwashers, or piles of dirty laundry stacked up. Those are parent priorities. Your teen's priorities are next week's biology exam, posting an Instagram story in time to get plenty of views, and finding a dress for the upcoming dance. The ins and outs of maintaining an orderly and chaos-free home probably don't even register on her radar. While it's our jobs to teach our kids responsibility, if we try to do this by nagging and directing, we won't get very far. In fact, we'll have more power struggles than we ever bargained for. If we want our kids to respect us, we need to respect them. So ensure that your requests are reasonable and phrased in a calm voice. You can use phrases like, "What is your plan for completing X?" This demonstrates faith that they already have a plan in place. And even if they don't, they can quickly save face and come up with a game plan on the spot. You can still hold your child accountable for what you ask, but do so in a way that empowers her to learn from her choices. Also, be sure to show appreciation when your teen helps out, even if it's for an expected job. Everyone wants to know that they make a difference, and showing gratitude will go a long way in fostering a team spirit in your family. Along those lines, I encourage ditching the word chores and instead label tasks as family contributions. This simple change in terminology reminds kids that what they do around the house to help out is beneficial to the entire family, even if they don't want to do it. Number 3, losing connection during these years. It may seem like our teens don't want to have anything to do with us. And yes, we need to start allowing them more independence. But during the transition from childhood to adulthood, our kids still need our guidance. Perhaps we have to sit shotgun and stop driving the car, literally and figuratively. But knowing that we're there to give directions is crucial to their peace of mind. Make sure that your presence and availability is known, even if it feels like your kids are pushing you away. The back talk may be unbearable at times, or their attitude hurtful, but it's best not to completely retreat. If you see any openings in connection, seize them. You can leave sticky notes around the house to remind them that you're thinking of them, or send them encouraging texts throughout the day, maybe in preparation for a big soccer game or a play audition, or maybe just because. And why not stay relevant in the latest forms of communication and send something like a funny Snapchat while you're at it? Technology can actually be a great avenue for bonding with your kids. Just be aware of how technology may be negatively affecting your family too. With smartphones, video games, TV, and iPads, kids, especially teens, spend an exorbitant amount of time staring at screens. If you notice technology taking the place of one-on-one quality time with your kids, start limiting that usage to maintain connection. I know, limiting usage will probably make you unpopular, but your one-on-one time together doesn't need to be super long unless you both want it to be. Just 15 to 20 minutes of undivided time between you and your child each day would do wonders for your connection with one another. And that connection is worth everything else. But just make sure that you're both doing something that your child wants to do in order to ensure participation. Also, don't abandon the tuck-in concept. Yes, tucking your kids in may be something we think of just doing when they're little and they've outgrown it. But the idea of spending quality time with our teens before bed and setting them up for positive, peaceful sleep is still relevant. I do this every night with my 13-year-old daughter, and we've had some really great conversations during this time. If you have an older teenage boy that this would feel too awkward with, have a few of his favorite snacks handy while you hang out and talk in the kitchen, or maybe out on the back patio before bed. This low-key one-on-one time provides a great opportunity for teens to open up. Just make sure that you're not peppering them with questions or spouting off lots of advice. Number 4, rescuing kids instead of letting them fail. Anxiety is a leading problem in young adults today. Things like academic pressures and standards have only increased in recent years. Extracurricular activities and schedules have been amplified to an almost unmanageable pace. Then there's college applications, volunteer requirements, testing, scholarships. Oh, and the impossible comparisons that come with social media. It's tempting for parents to be overly invested in their kids' success and rescue them from their struggles or intervene with their teachers or coaches on their behalf. Again, we need to have faith in our kids' abilities and loosen the reins during this time. We need to step back and let our kids handle the increased responsibility. We need to let them learn how to succeed on their own. And we also need to let them fail. Embracing defeat is a crucial skill because failure of varying degrees will be an inevitable part of their lives. Learning the skills to overcome adversity might be the most important lesson we teach them of all. As hard as it might be, let your flailing science student fail a test. Let him understand that even though a bad grade isn't ideal, the world isn't going to end. Focus on creating a safe space between you and your child where failure can be embraced, reflected upon, and surpassed. And finally, taking your teen's behavior personally. This one is so hard, trust me. Sometimes it feels like all of my teens' emotions are somehow bound up with mine. But if you can separate these, you will be much better off. When our teens are distant toward us, short-tempered, uncommunicative, and just different than they were before, we tend to take it personally. But remember, kids are prioritizing their friends during this time of their lives. They are also just struggling with growing up. It's hard, stressful, hormonal, and all of this can manifest into negative attitudes and behaviors. It may feel personal, and it can really hurt your feelings, but it's not about you. Your daughter could be stressing over exams, a recent breakup, an ill-timed pimple, or college applications. It's easy to be defensive when she takes all of her stress out on you. A better tactic is to try to see things from her perspective. You can also rest assured that she still needs your love and support. It just may be harder for her to show it. If you feel you must address the attitude because it's becoming disrespectful, you can say something like, "Hey, you seemed pretty upset just now. Is there something bothering you?" Then, if your child chooses to tell you, say, "Thank you for sharing that with me. I understand that's really stressful, frustrating, etc. I'd like you to please be considerate, though, in the way that you speak to me. Sometimes it hurts my feelings." This way, you are addressing an underlying issue, empathizing with your daughter, and appealing to her to watch the ways that she responds to you on a similar level as you would with a friend. You first showed her that you respect her and are now wanting respect in return. 9 times out of 10, your kids aren't even aware of how they're coming across when they're just a firestorm of emotions. And you happen to be in the crosshairs. By remembering that it's not about us, we can adapt our feelings, expectations, and strategies to focus on our kids and what they need. And one day, they might even thank us for it. These teenage years come with a unique set of challenges, shifting moods, growing independence, and communication hurdles that can leave even the most patient parents feeling stuck. By avoiding these common parenting mistakes and replacing them with tools that foster connection, respect, and resilience, you will build a stronger, more trusting relationship with your growing child. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you are not just a mom.